So yeah, I'm continuing the thought pattern on speaking to someone who's native to Nongoma, and he has personally attested that that's the territory of Zibebu and the Mandlakazi people. They were the opposition to the royal house's Usutu. It's important to remember history, I think, and I think I'm fortunate to have spent the time to read the books by John LeBand, read Rope of Sand, read the Destruction of the Zulu Kingdom by Jeff Guy, because that was a very important moment in history that we all seem to have forgotten. The destruction of Zululand. When Sir Garnet Wolseley divided Zululand, divided the Zulu country into 13 chiefdoms. Part of it went to Chief Hamu, Chief Zibebu. Some of it went to the original clans, the Ndwandwe and the Mtetwa clans, and then others were more artificial. They gave John Donne the territory of which is now Mhlatu's King Cetshwayo district. It's quite a large territory that is on the border of the Tugela River, and all of these chiefs that were placed there were basically officials, officials of the state, officials of the Queen of England, of the authority of England inside Zululand, and they collected, tribute. They collected tribute in the form of hut taxes and other levies and tariffs that they collected, and that was the start, the start to breaking Zululand and its power, because Zulu nation had power. It had power and dominion and control of its territory. You couldn't do anything without the permission of the king. You had to follow and abide by the customs and traditions of the country, of the land. And when the Europeans came to South Africa, they were welcomed. Every kingdom that they went to, they were welcomed. The doors were opened. Welcome to our home. Here's a plot of land. Here's some land for you to live on. That was the basis of every treaty. It's the same in a sense that we have today, where the rights of the land, you purchase the title to the land. You don't have control over the mineral rights. You don't have the powers that the state has. You have the right to live on the land, and that's what it was back then. And in order for the Europeans, who now migrated at a larger scale and grew their population and grew their settlement, realized that they couldn't live under these rules, and by that fact, the natural conclusion for them to gain control was to defeat the existing kingdoms. That is why they went to war with the Amaxhosa people. They went to war with the Gcaleka and the Chagabe and the Tembu people of the Transkei and the Ciskei. There was 100 years of war. Sandile, Phalo, Maqoma, all of these people that fought. They fought for something, bro. And the Europeans defeated them. They defeated them to take the power away, not the land, the power. They had land to live on because they were given land by the kings. The land wasn't enough, is what I'm trying to say. They had to defeat the kings to get power. They had to defeat King Sekhukhune, Kgosi Mampuru. They had to defeat King Faku. They had to defeat King Cetshwayo. You know, they chased and fought the Zululand. They built forts into Zululand, deep into Zululand. You know, they fought at Hlobane, Kambula, eventually breaking the spirit of the Zulu people, and finally capturing Teqetshwayo at the Battle of Ulundi. Why did the Europeans have to fight and defeat the kingdom's power? That is the question you should be asking, not the accusation of theft of land. It's about power, because once that happens and every single tribe and power was defeated, the implementation of the laws that we have today, you know, as the Mthethwa Prince mentioned on that podcast, we're living under Roman Dutch law. And who's that law benefiting? It's not benefiting the majority of South African people. And we need to take into consideration what that has an effect on, you know. It's not something that is natural. You can't have laws that are brought from a foreign land to dominate the people who live here. We want to live in our own laws.